Hi everyone, it's the end of the day and just before I go to bed I want to post a short video. I've been doing some more cleaning of my home today. I'm continuing to work away at getting rid of what doesn't fit in my life, and then I'll be setting up a workspace for me to be growing this YouTube channel, the books I plan to write, and the different aspects of this, so it's an environment set up for my body. I have to get rid of what doesn't fit in my life to do this. While I was cleaning today, I came across a really special picture I want to share with each of you. This is it right here. This is a picture of me when I was 5 years old. I was in the hospital after having very serious surgery on my left hip joint. I had something called Legg Perthes disease when I was 5 years old. When I was 2 years old, leading to the surgery when I was 5. The disease causes the blood flow to spontaneously stop to the affected hip joint, and then because the bone doesn't have the nourishment from the blood, it begins to collapse. Upon collapsing, there's a new blood flow path established, and the blood gets to where it's needed, and you suddenly have the hip of a 90-year-old, but you're only 5 years old or in your childhood. The disease is the equivalent of a vascular necrosis in adults. What I want you to see in this picture is the hospital gown that Grandma made for my Curious George. And then Grandma gave me some pieces of cloth so I could sew little patches so Curious George's gown would kind of look like mine. I've been looking for this particular slide for a while. I was part of a medical study when I was a child. The hospital took this picture of me when they were presenting my case and teaching about the disease and learning about it. I love this picture. It's not that life is normal. I mean, I was in a hospital. I don't know if you can see closely or not, but I had a body cast on, meaning my legs were immobilized by a fiberglass glass cast, except for bowel and bladder function, after having very serious surgery, and I almost died during that operation, but thankfully God saved my life with the help of the doctors. Little things like this mean a lot to me as I go through my own healthcare treatment. There's been different special moments that have happened that quite honestly didn't cost tons of money, but only someone caring that's meant a lot to me. Like the little hospital gown that Grandma made for Curious George to be with me and for me to hold him. I want to suggest to you that this might just be one of your tools for coping with life when the unexpected happens or when you're facing the challenging situations. You know, I remember needing to go for counseling and getting some help back in my teens. You know, one of the skills the counselor and I talked about was looking at the alarm clock or the clock in my room and realizing that I was in the present and it wasn't years ago that I was remembering but not living now, and sort of keeping the past and the present separated. There's different ways of dealing with life. Certainly, if you need to go to a counselor, I commend you for doing so and having the courage of doing so. And for what it's worth, it might help you if a friend of yours could be there waiting for you when the appointment finishes. Just for that moral courage that you're taking care of yourself. And it's not that you need to talk about what's just happened, but that there's going to be a familiar face there loving you, accepting you for you, and being there as you go through your own journey. Ultimately, I challenge you to not make your healthcare journey, or for those of us who are able-bodied, life in general, to be overwhelmingly stressful. There are things that we can do to help ourselves. It does mean being committed to your life. It means being willing to persevere when life's not easy. But, one foot after the other, and you keep going in life, and eventually it will get easier for you. I've made a chart a few days ago to organize my thoughts for my goals for the next few months. I still don't get a break from the physical challenges, but I'm trying to keep life going. And so having a chart showing groups of 2 or 3 tasks that I'm working on is helpful to me in how I think. I'm hoping you can work out your own system and just not forget that you're a person even when life's really hard for you, and not to forget to take care of yourself. Thanks so much for this time that you spent with me today. Bye for now.